And while they're doing this, Russia and China want to control both the Arctic and space. We all know that's what's going on. You've seen the same classified information, Mr. President, that I have. President Xi Jinping can't wait. He loves this idea of giving all this away to assuage Prime Minister Starmer's guilt. He loves this idea as much as the devil hates holy water. Real strong drugs is the only possible explanation for the Prime Minister of the UK to do this. The UK also owned another island down here called Mauritius. Mauritius never owned the Chagos Islands. Mauritius and the Chagos Islands were owned both by the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom administered both islands or groups of islands. Let me say it again. Mauritius never owned the Chagos Islands. Prime Minister Starmer, the current Prime Minister of the UK, is leading the charge, came up with this idea. Why? I don't understand. I guess the Prime Minister feels guilty somehow. He said, okay, we're going to give the Chagos Islands that we own back to Mauritius.
Similar to Churchill gifting America the empire.
If the United States agrees, we're going to keep the military base here in the Chagos Islands on Diego Garcia. And get this is really special. Even though the UK owns the Chagos Islands, they said, we'll give it to Mauritius, and we will pay Mauritius squillions of dollars to lease from Mauritius the military base for 99 years. Now, I've thought about why they would do this. Real strong drugs is the only possible explanation for the Prime Minister of the UK to do this. To give away something that the United Kingdom owns to a country that never owned it, and pay the country to lease what the United States and the United Kingdom have already invested billions of dollars. It's got to be drugs, real strong drugs. The only person on this planet who thinks this is a good idea, besides Prime Minister Starmer, is Xi Jinping of China. Now, President Trump, early in his second term, I've given several speeches about this, agreed to it. The president has recently changed his mind. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many in the United Kingdom are starting to question the decision of Prime Minister Starmer.
We're sick of him.
But Prime Minister Starmer is polling right now. He's in a lot of trouble politically. He's polling right now, right up there. I think he's just a little bit below toenail fungus among the people of the United Kingdom. He's in deep trouble politically. Every prognosticator
hated
who studies UK politics says that the next prime minister and the next party in leadership will be the Reform Party. And if the Reform Party takes over in the UK, the Reform Party has already announced publicly that the first thing they will do is stop paying money on the lease that Prime Minister Starmer has signed with Mauritius.
That's $500 million in 3 years. Are you okay with this?
And so Mauritius will have the right, they'll probably go back to the International Court of Justice, since some people in leadership in the United Kingdom love them so much, and get a judgment to declare the lease invalid. And then what? And then Mauritius, which China is courting, is going to become the owner of a joint American-United Kingdom military base on Diego Garcia, one of the most important in the world. I've got rocks in my driveway that are smarter than this. We understand that your testicles are on back order from Amazon, but in the meantime, you just can't do this just because you feel guilty because the United Kingdom at one time owned other countries. If Prime Minister Starmer, because he feels guilty, because the good people of Great Britain at one time owned other countries to which they've given their independence, if Prime Minister Starmer is determined to do this, here's what I hope he'll do. Rather than giving up the islands to Mauritius, which eventually he'll end up giving our base to China, allow the United States of America to buy the Chagos Islands. Let's just buy them. The United Kingdom will get money. The military base will become ours. China will not own the military base, and Mauritius, which has never owned any portion, not 1 square inch of the Chagos Islands, will not own them either.
With all due respect, how about we get rid of Starmer first, then we'll have a chat?
This military installation is very serious. It's very important. Why? Well, President Xi in China and President Putin in Russia and the Ayatollah in Iran have formed a partnership. And the managing partner is Xi Jinping. And their goal is to have Russia dominate Central and Eastern Europe, to have the Ayatollah in Iran dominate the Middle East, and to have China dominate the Indo-Pacific and be free to roam in sub-Saharan Africa and South America. And while they're doing this, Russia and China want to control both the Arctic and space. We all know that's what's going on. You've seen the same classified information, Mr. President, that I have. That is not a world that is safe for America. That is not a world that is safe for America. I don't want America to be the world's policeman, but I'll be damned if I want Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin or the Ayatollah in Iran to be the world's policeman either. This military base is key. So I'm asking you, Prime Minister Starmer, I shouldn't have said what I said. Your testicles aren't on back order.
He doesn't have any.
Please do the right thing here. If you're determined to give away these islands to Mauritius, which never owned them, which inevitably is going to help China, if you're determined to divest the people of the United Kingdom of these islands, please sell them to the United States. I will sponsor the legislation happily, enthusiastically, to appropriate the money to do it. And then the United Kingdom can be out of the picture, and the United States can continue to control one of the mightiest and most important military bases in all of human history. Thank you, Mr. President. I suggest the absence of a quorum.